We're gonna take a few cups of cabbage along with a bit of ground beef, not all of this. And we're gonna put them together with just a few other ingredients. And this is gonna be good. Welcome to A Great Cooker. I'm Serfronya. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off by cooking the cabbage. I'm gonna preheat. Actually, this was turned up too high, but you wanna preheat your skillet to around 350. And I'm gonna add a bit of oil. This is a nonstick pan, so I don't have to add too much. It was nonstick. I've been breaking it in, so it's been slightly less nonstick. But go ahead and get the oil all around. And I'm gonna go ahead and add on my cabbage. And it's gonna cook down somewhat. I'm gonna salt it pretty liberally. I'm cooking the vegetable first. That way, if there's any liquid, if it lets off liquid, then that won't wind up in our final stir fry dish. But let me go ahead and spread this out a bit. And every few minutes, I actually think I'm going to turn it up to 375. And every few minutes, every couple minutes, we're going to give that a stir. It doesn't take very long for the cabbage to cook, just a few minutes. You just cook it down however much you want. If you like yours to have, crispiness to it, then you're maybe only going to do it maybe, under 5 minutes. That is already starting to look the way I want it to. And I don't know why I was thinking a bunch of liquid was going to cook off of my cabbage when there is clearly none. I must have been thinking about different vegetables. Let me go ahead and get this. This is cooked enough to me. Let me show you. Still crispy. So let me go ahead and move this to the side. This is the 2 largest cloves of garlic that were on my cutting board. And I'm going to try to salt where the garlic was. And I'm not going to wait for this to cook all the way. This is a little over 2 pounds of the ground beef. I'm actually going to only use half of this in my dish because I didn't cook that much cabbage. Once it cooked down, it was not that much. So I'm going to go down to half. I'm going to cook this all. And unlike the onions, I'm going to try to remember to split this in half. I almost forgot the main reason why I made this dish is because I have a bunch of garlic, fresh garlic in my fridge. Let's see, let me get the right utensil for the job. Okay, now let's go ahead and season this. A bit of onion powder. I know we already have onion, but can you have too much onion flavor? Some garlic powder. Same as what I just said about the onion. Salt, of course. I have real ginger in there already, and I'm also going to add some ground ginger. When you already have your fresh ingredients and then you add dried ones, to me, that just adds extra, complexity. Extra complexities to the taste, so Why not? I'm gonna stir this. Wow, this smells like ginger. It smells really, really good. As a matter of fact, I might add a bit more ginger. That ginger smells so good, I just had to add a bit more. This is cooked through enough. It's just gonna cook a bit more once we add the cabbage back in. But this was lean beef, so the grease isn't too bad, but see that collecting? I still wanna drain this. I like egg. I don't know about you, but I like egg in my stir fry. And I definitely wanna put salt. And pepper onto my egg. I think I turned my heat down to 350. I'm gonna turn it back up to 400 to finish cooking this egg. I really could use put it the third egg. So I really like the flavor of it in this dish, but given this economy, 2 eggs is gonna be just fine. I've seen the memes where people are offering eggs in place of engagement rings to propose marriage. So I'm gonna slow my roll on how many eggs I'm using right now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this, now I'm gonna turn this down. How far down does it go? Like to 250, and I'm just gonna add everything back in. So add my meat back in. Add my cabbage back in. It cooked even more while it was just sitting up. And to this, I'm going to add some coconut aminos once I open it. Okay. It's kind of open, kind of not. How do I get this out? There we go. I don't think you need a lot. It's up to you. This has sugar in it and just 2 grams of sugar per serving, but I don't want to use too much because of that. Now we're going to stir this all together. Okay, let's take a look. It's time for the moment of truth. And truthfully, next time, for sure, I can tell just by looking, I would either double up my cabbage or half my ground beef, because I just think there's too much meat in here and not enough vegetables. But the egg is looks like there's an okay amount of egg. So let's give this a try. Wow. I want to add a bit more. I'm gonna add a bit more coconut aminos to it. But it's really good. Even though I feel like I added a lot of salt, it still tastes like it could use more salt. But I'm trying to cut back on how much salt I eat. Let me try another bite with the extra coconut amino acid. Wow. That cabbage is so good. Let me get some of the egg. I'm trying to get all 3 on here. Some of the cabbage and the carrot still has a crunch to it, and that was what I was hoping for. So I definitely consider this a success. I would say use the cabbage, the amount of cabbage or ground beef to your liking. And I know that, you know, the egg, I don't know how many people put egg in theirs, but this is so good. Because this is a keto meal, because I eat keto, I will not be putting this over rice, but I can imagine that this with some fried rice would be really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna stop eating in front of you. Let me know in the comments what you think about this recipe, what you give it a try. And also subscribe. I make keto recipes. I make easy, delicious food. And a lot of times I'll use one of my small appliances to cook because I don't know, I prefer that over using the stovetop or the oven. Make sure to check out one of these videos that the AI algorithm is popping up for you to look at next. And I'll see you in the next video.